to the next level.
Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Happy Friday, y'all. It is Friday. We made it through another week. Today is our featured Friday or featured business Friday, excuse me. And we have a return business partner that I just absolutely love taking the stage with. So let me go ahead and bring him on in. Hey, good morning, Charles.
Hey, good morning. Good morning to you.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you back on the show, everyone. This is Charles Wright Jr., CEO and founder of Upscale Online Biz Solutions. So, Charles, let everybody know where you are, where you're hailing from here today, and just a little bit about your business.
Well, I am here from the Garden State, the beautiful Garden State of New Jersey. And I am here today. Glad to, first of all, be with you again, Tiffany. For anybody and everybody that's watching, if you want to have someone in your camp, in your corner, someone who's a friend, who has energy that will keep you going, Tiffany is definitely the one. Ever since we had the chance to meet until now, she has not changed. Hot energy. So it is a pleasure to be with you on today. And Upscale Online Biz Solutions, we basically do website development where we take your vision to the next level, as well as take your vision personal, so that whatever that it is that you see that you want, we take it to whatever and wherever it can go so that you could have the best visibility online, as well as we also do graphics design work. And also we do video editing and video post-production editing. So we're blessed to do those things, as well as a lot of consulting for church organizations as well, and businesses.
Very good. And now you also do some on-site stuff as well, correct?
Yes, throughout the tri-state area of New York and New Jersey, we do some on-site work. One of the last projects that I did was my father's 8650 documentary. So celebrating 86 years of life, 50 years of ministry that he has been in. And we had a beautiful banquet. But there was a documentary that I wanted to put together about his life since he was basically called to ministry, as well as when he was put into the position of assistant pastor, then pastor, and then now honorary apostle in the organization, as well as dean for the Bible Institute since 1975. So we went on site to his church there in New York and put this documentary together, included my mother in, wherein we were talking about the marriage part and family and everything. And it was just great doing that, as well as other projects that I've done throughout New York, New Jersey, as well as Pennsylvania.
Oh gosh, that sounds amazing. Now, how was it to, work so closely with family on, because how I don't know family dynamics, but I know my family dynamics. So how was it, actually bringing that all together, working with family?
It was a great opportunity to do this with my mom, my dad, my brother also. He helps out when we do other types of recordings. Unfortunately, he was busy on that day at work, couldn't get off. But working together, the four of us, it's fun behind the scenes. And this day, I learned so much more about my father, about my parents, their marriage, how they came together, and just to see them, after now, I believe it's 63 years of marriage, just still laughing and joking, telling their story. My father, he made the joke about, your mother, she was a drum majorette, He said, I'll leave it right there. You know? And, he was just to see them enjoying themselves that day and to record this and have this as a keepsake. And then once it was aired, it by now, I think it's over 2,000 views in which it has been seen in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, that's
So it
amazing.
was just really, really fun being with them. I'm thankful for my parents that they're still here, blessed to have. And I tell anybody and everybody, check in on your parents every single day.
Absolutely.
My mom and I have a
Absolutely.
buddy system. And if we don't hear from each other by noontime, we check in, text, whatever, because family is essential. And that's the thing that when you have it, relish it, enjoy it, make the best of it, because some people are not blessed to have family. So if you
So
got,
true.
love on them, love on your
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, no, that is so true. And you just reminded me, I need to call my godmother as well. So that will be today. I need to have your parents on the show to talk about how to just keep the marriage going. Because 63 years of marriage, that is amazing. That is
Yeah,
just, you don't hear a lot about that these
that's right.
days.
That's right.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. So tell me, so since the last time you were on the show, I know you got a lot going on. So what's new that's going on? What tell us some of the new projects, some of the different things that you've been doing, you've been working on.
Well, I booked and busy, thank God, because I remember when a business starts and the phone's not ringing, you
Yeah,
wish and pray for the day when the phone is ringing. Then
right.
once the phone starts ringing, it's ringing. So, I mean, booked and busy with a lot of different projects. One of the projects that stands out the most out of all, working with Dr. Marquette L. Walker with Marquette L. Walker Ministries,
Hmm.
as well as her foundation now that she has. That that is truly evolving into something over the past 3 years that has really taken flight. Uh, and with the foundation, that has really taken flight and being a part of that team,
Hmm.
with everyone else, as well as there's several other clients that I sit on as part of their team also, as far as the website development, graphics design, the video editing, production, as well as consultation. So it's just good to be able to be there with other people, parts of other organizations. Every day I just wake up and I say, God, in my prayer time, please bless me to be able to be a blessing, you
Mm,
know,
yeah.
as well as the fact that connect me with people. As the Bible says, we have favor with God, we have favor with man. Connect me with people that favor can fall from them,
Hmm.
bless me, and then favor from me to someone else to bless them. So it has really been a great journey since the last time we talked with the business expansion, with the clients. I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. The projects to see the different things on YouTube that
Yeah.
I've done. Just to see at conventions and conferences things that I've designed, banners or either videos being played there. And it's like,
Oh, that's
wow, to
amazing.
see that upscale logo pop up. I
Right.
remember I wanted that, So at big conventions now, when they're playing videos, and it's like, whoa, and it's becoming a household name and household brand. That when they see upscale, they know the face behind it. I'm grateful. I'm
Love that.
humbled by it, and all that God is doing.
Oh, I just love that. I just love that. And this right here, people, I'm gonna tell you, for you, all you guys that are trying to start businesses, he just said it. Sometimes the phone's not gonna ring. Sometimes you're not gonna be getting those emails, or you're not gonna be getting the likes that you want on things that you post and stuff like that. But keep doing it.
Mhm.
Keep the faith, because if you just keep consistent, you're gonna be booked and busy right here, just like Charles.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
please don't pray for it to stop, okay? Just continue just to relish in that and pray
Mhm.
for help
That's right.
as you evolve. So that
That's
is
right.
just amazing. I just love that. So what's one of the biggest challenges that you have as an entrepreneur? Because I know you're juggling a whole lot. I mean, with being booked and busy, that's that's a lot. So tell me, so what's been the biggest challenge for you?
Just keeping good time management.
Hmm. That's
Keeping
big.
good time management. Um, I set a regimen the day before, whatever it is that needs to be done for the next day. I
Hmm.
set everything up in my phone as my agenda based upon time. I allot time, which I didn't do before, to actually take an hour's lunch instead of
Mm,
sitting through lunch working. Because when you do that, you come back with another set of fresh eyes to maybe
right.
catch what you didn't catch before. But the time management part, because I have other things in which that I do also, church
Hmm.
related, with the media team there, either on camera or directing behind the scenes. So I have to make sure that all my time from my business, plus I have my day job,
Yeah.
everything, that challenge of time management. If you don't really get a grip on it,
Hmm.
you'll lose yourself. Your projects will overlap, then they'll overlap again. So, I just maintain doing the best to not get distracted. During the day, I'm not really on social media because you
Okay.
can get caught up.
Yeah,
So
you
staying
can.
away from the things, I'm being transparent.
Yeah.
In times past, I'll sit there, I'm scrolling, I'm flipping through, I'm flipping through, I'm on threads, I'm flipping through, I'm looking at some things. This is catching my eye, I'm watching this, and 30 minutes has gone by.
Right.
And that's 30 minutes that I could have been doing something that I'm getting paid to do.
Right.
They're not paying
Hmm.
me to be on social media, So just keeping a time management, keeping your focus and not getting distracted. Also, for when you do consultations, I've learned through trial and everything is through trial and error.
Yeah.
Through trial and error to stick with a time. Book
Hmm.
your clients, they have a half an hour. Start the clock. If they're late, that's on them. But
Yeah.
start the clock because now you have to get to the next client. I have more Zoom calls now, more Teams meetings with different clients, the different teams that I work with. So time management is something that, I work diligently to stay with every single day so that I can effectively work and get these projects out the way
Yeah.
and continue to exceed people's expectations. If I could get that project finished before time that I quoted, I love that because it just makes me feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. And it keeps the clients coming back because they're happy that, they were able to get it early and
Mhm.
things like that. And I'm going to tell you, I commend you for doing that lunch. Because as a person that comes out of the human resource industry, I see so many, people that are in, that corporate environment and even business owners that, yes, they just go, 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 especially entrepreneurs because they're not feeling that they're on someone else's clock. They're on their own clock,
Mhm.
but yet they're just going, just going, just going, just going. So to have that schedule, you are so absolutely right. You have to have that schedule and that time management. And you just gave me a nice tip to, the night before, go ahead and map out that day.
Yeah.
Typically, I try to do it in the morning, but sometimes I miss things in the morning, So I
Mhm.
think if I sit down and I do it at night, that's going to be the key. So I love, love, love that. So people, time management and taking that time for yourself, taking a moment to just breathe, to eat, maybe take a walk, something
Mhm.
like that, which leads me
Right.
to my next question for you, Charles, because, again, this is a lot of things that you're doing. What does self-care look like for you? Because self care is really, really vital for us. And there's so many people that are missing that self care aspect of things. And that's why I feel like you're seeing more people sick, especially more business owners and high level, people that are out there. What self care look like for you?
Self care for me, I really have started taking self care very seriously. Not just because of needing to detach from the business, but the fact that I'm 56 years old, and certain things that run in a family. Everybody has
Mhm.
something that runs in a family, and if you don't do that self care, you'll end up with a head-on collision with whatever that it may be. But as being a business owner, self-care has become very vital because it's a decompression time for me. So what I do is I'm up at 5 in the morning. I start out early
Mm-hmm.
because by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, that means I have put in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Within that time at 5 o'clock, I'm heading out to the gym. I'm
Okay.
going to the gym and I'm there for 2.5 hours. I'm
Nice.
doing a mix of uh, lifting,
Mm-hmm.
cardio, uh, because for me, what happens is it's a release.
Yeah.
It's a big release. It also mentally, it's a de-stressor. I
Mm-hmm.
go there and I got my music on. I get into my zone, and it really, really just helps me to just let go of everything. There was a time that I would get on a treadmill and my mind is clicking. I'm still in creative mode. I'm putting things in the phone. I had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I had to really stop because then when does my mind get a break
Right.
if I'm always in creative mode? So going to the gym, and I try to do that at least 5 days out of the 7, taking the two
Mm-hmm.
days to rest. That has become a real lifeline for me to mentally be able to just let the computer, the brain on the creative side shut down.
Right.
When we shut down our laptops, you hear that little sound at the end.
Yep.
That's the way that it should be when you get to the gym or whatever that you do. Let
Yeah.
that be the sound that you now, signed off, it's shut down, and now you're doing something else to replenish. So working out has really become so good to me.
Yeah.
Uh, just going in with a target goal again, setting a goal every day.
Mm-hmm.
Mondays, I'm going to do this. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, whatever that I set my goal to do. Watching the videos that's going to help me get to the gym, reenact what I've seen, and then to see the progress. Because it's nothing worse than being a business owner
Mm-hmm.
and your health is no good.
Right. Yeah.
Or the money that you're bringing in, that's your profit, is going back out because of medications and things
Yeah.
that you need. Uh, you can't stand and give a presentation if you're not physically well. If you
Mm-hmm.
can't stand for long periods of time in case you're, on a platform.
Right.
So if you want to be a business owner, you want to be the best you can be, and
Yeah.
self care is the way to go. There
Yeah.
has to be a time. I was one that I worked literally from, let's say, 9 o'clock in the morning
Mm-hmm.
until sometime 2 in the morning.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
just going straight because, in the early onset of business, you're trying to make that money. You're trying to make those
That
connections.
hustle. Mm-hmm.
But then you get common sense. If it can't get done within these hours, it'll get done tomorrow.
That's right.
And
That's right.
then also, I've learned, do not give unrealistic expectations to your clients,
Mm-hmm.
because then you put yourself into a point that you can't do self-care because now you set this hard deadline you've promised, and anything else can happen.
Right.
And now where you need your time to go to sleep early or go to sleep period is cut
Mm-hmm.
short. So I advise anybody, from what I've learned, what has been an energizer, what's keeping me vibrant, is do
Mm-hmm.
your self-care, whatever that it may be. Mine is the gym.
Yeah.
Somebody might just say, I'm gonna just go for a ride after I finish with work.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody may say, I want to take a walk. Whatever it is, please take your time,
That's right.
because you will extend your life. You will give your mind a break,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll give your eyes a break.
That's right.
For those that
Mm-hmm.
are creators, always looking at your devices, give yourself a break,
Yes.
reset,
Yes.
and come back the next day.
Yeah. That is so vital. And because look, I'm gonna attest to you being in front of that screen for a long periods of time, because I
Mhm.
did not need glasses for many, many years. And then all of a sudden it's like a blink and I'm wait a second.
Mhm.
But it's because I'm in front of it all the time.
Yeah.
Um I know that self care is so vital, because people get caught up in that hamster wheel. And when you
Mhm.
get caught up in that hamster wheel, like you said, there are things that there are underlying things in everybody's, family, bloodline, whatever. And we have to be the ones to just kind of stay ahead of that. If you know that
Mhm.
diabetes runs in the family, okay, walk more, do your research on things.
Mhm.
But again, movement is medicine. And Charles, I'm looking at you. When you said 56, I'm like, what? Okay. You look amazing. And it's
Thank you.
because you're doing the work and you are giving your mind a break and just being able to flow. And people, you have to, you have to give yourself time to
Mhm.
just decompress, take a walk. I love grounding. Grounding has been an absolute game changer for me in the last few years. Just getting outside, taking my shoes off, and just walking in the grass, putting
Mm.
my feet in water. If you're not by a big body of water, you can still put your feet in water by just filling a bucket with water. That
Mhm.
is a natural element. So it's going to help you to ground. So those things are very, very essential. And if you don't do the self care, you will burn out. My body, I was starting to have panic attacks in my sleep
Mm.
because I was working 13, 14, 15-hour days. And I was happy. Nobody knew that the things were going on because I was showing up. And a lot of us do that. A lot of business owners do that. They show up with that smile on their face and they're trying to just really hold it all together. But I'm going to
Mm.
tell you guys, if you're out there and you're feeling overwhelmed because you continue to push, 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 you need to take a moment to stop,
Mhm.
take a breath, move your body. So again, you can be as vibrant here as Charles running business. And you heard him earlier. He said also working another job also.
Mhm.
So he is an entrepreneur and also in the workforce. Okay. And
Mhm.
still able to find the time for self-care.
Yes.
So I commend you, Charles, for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what's some words of wisdom, some words of encouragement that you have for some of the people out there that are trying to maybe they're sitting on an idea and they're wanting to maybe start a business or or they're trying to show up, right? Cuz right now it's very hard for us to sometimes just show up, and that's what you help people do, is to show up
Mhm.
the right way. So what's some words of wisdom, words of encouragement that you can give our audience out there that just want to show up?
Well, I'm reminded of my grandmother, and my grandmother on my mother's side, she used to watch the stories.
Okay.
And it dawned on me, recently that like sands in the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Mm,
And that we have one life to live. So, um, as just a person, as you start to get older,
mhm.
you should be getting wiser, should be getting smarter, and just living every day on purpose, um, fulfilling whatever dreams and desires. Listen, if you have a vision, nothing beats a failure than a try. Go ahead, try it.
That's right.
The best thing that could happen is that it works.
Mhm.
The worst thing that could happen is you can close your eyes here on earth and be unfulfilled. I tell
Mm,
anybody to go ahead, do what your mind realistically, your heart, your dreams, your desires, do
yeah.
it. Because at nighttime, you want to be able to lay down and, it reminds me of the story in the Bible. After each day in which that God made something, before the day in which that he rested, he said, it's good. It is good. That's what we should be able to do and say over our lives every day. That
Yeah.
when we lay down, when we say our prayers and say, wow, it was a good day. When you get
Yeah.
up in the morning, make your declarations. Mine every day is that it's going to be a good day. I don't care if
Yeah.
it's snowing, blizzard, rain, dark clouds. Those things should not stop your mind. It's going to be a good day,
Right.
regardless
That's
of
right.
who's in office, regardless of what your wallet may be. It's still going to be
Mm,
a good day because we
right.
have the power to be able to control the day, what
Yeah.
happens during the day. See, the thing is, God has already blessed us with the day.
Mm,
This is the
yeah.
day the Lord has made. So
Hmm.
now it's up to us to walk in the creativity of all that He has blessed us to do for that day. And I often, express to people, you sell yourself short when you don't take advantage of the day. So if
Mm,
it's a book you want to write, most
mm,
of us journal,
yeah.
so we're already authors because you
Oh,
take that journal and turn it into a book because it's
yes.
all learning experiences. So anybody that's journaling, that's watching now, you're already an author. Take your journal and publish your life's experiences because your life experiences is different from your neighbor, your
Yeah.
coworker, the person on the bus, because it's your experience that somebody else needs to see and hear that, wow,
Yes.
you've been there. Wow, I would have never known.
Right.
Wow, there's no residue on you to even show that you've been there.
Mm,
Write your book, tell your story. There's
yeah.
somebody that needs what you have been through because no
Mm,
matter how hard, no matter how dark it's been, we've all gone through that experience, even if it's a business that God
hmm.
forbid you tried and failed, tried again and failed. What you got out of it, share it with somebody to help
Right.
them to not make those failures. But we're
Hmm.
here to basically help anybody and everybody that we come in contact with.
Yeah.
Do what your mind allows you to do every single day. You will feel better about life. You will be less focused. A person will be less focused on the things going on because you'll be honing in on
Hmm.
things that you never even knew you're able to do. What I'm doing now, I never knew I could do this before. And mind you, I've never stepped into a formal classroom setting to do any of this.
Wow.
What I did was I had a desire, I had a passion. The website development started because of churches that I saw, such as Rod Parsley and T.D. Jakes and others. And I said, every church needs to have that ability. This is going back to the 90s. Every
Yeah.
church needs to have that same type of visual to be able to be a blessing to somebody. And that's what
Hmm.
was the fuel. And it took time and it took time and it took years, but it really just kicked off, I want to say 2012. But then it just like a rocket booster, like the Starlink, the rocket just took off in 2019. COVID
Wow.
turned out to be the biggest blessing in disguise.
Right. Mm, mm, mm.
So, I look and I tell people COVID should have taught you something about yourself. It was a
Yeah.
hard time. We lost a lot of people, but it was a time to become inventive, to a time to see what can I do, a time to see how I can make extra income. Because a lot of people that are millionaires now became millionaires during COVID because there was a need. They saw it and they started, they made something of it, and it took off from there. So just make the best of every day. That's all that you
That's
can do.
right. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry. We had a little bit of a delay there, but I got you. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. No. Mm, you hit so much in me right now, just with all of that. To tell you the truth, Charles, and I'll tell you, COVID, it was definitely a blessing for myself as well, and it was that catalyst that took me from a very dark place
Mhm,
to where I'm at today. And
mhm,
when people look at me, I'm a completely different person from
mhm.
then to now. So I just thank you so much for coming out and for joining us, for updating us on all the wonderful things that you are doing. Everyone, so Charles, how can they connect with you if they want to, have a website, they want a consultation with you? How can our audience get in touch with you and book some time with you so they can learn how to just show up and shine as well?
Well, you can reach me through my website, fill out a consultation form, or just, on the contact page, just hit me up there. That's www.upscaleonlinebiz, that's BIZ, solutions, upscaleonlinebizsolutions.com. And you could also reach me by email, upscalebizinfo@gmail.com. So I had to make sure I got the two right. Or you can just call or text me at 201-855-9386. I'm here for you. I want to see anybody at their best. You can find me on IG. You can find me on Facebook at UOBS Media. I am here for you. You deserve to have the best that there can be. Your dream, your vision deserves to have the best exposure that there can be. Upscale is not just a name. It's how I do things.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I will attest to that as well. And honestly, before we close up as well, I just want to add just one final thought here with Charles as well. Charles is one of those people that becomes family when you work with him. Uh, when Charles and I met, Charles and I have done a few projects together to help my business and, help my TV show as well. And, even if we don't talk for a little bit and then we come back together, it is just like, this is my brother from another mother here. So seriously, that is what you want when you're working with businesses out there. You want someone that is going to, have that relationship with you as family, because family takes care of family. So remember that when you are connecting with Charles at Upscale Online Biz Solutions. So again, thank you so much, Charles, for joining me today. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will definitely see you next time. Take care, everybody. We're going to close up with the commercial from Upscale Online Biz Solutions. Take care, everybody.